Hello, Nikhil. Is my voice audible to you?
A few minutes later.
What's happening? You're not able to join?
Moments later.
I'm here, bro. What's up?
Finally, Nikhil is here. That geek punk is here.
Thank you so much, bro.
Let's go, brother. Let's go.
Oh, I think I'll have
We'll manage it. We'll manage it. But let's first of all, what an electric card it was. So, ladies and gentlemen, all of you have joined in. Thank you for joining. This is the UFC 277 post-fight live that we are doing. My name is Amit. I'm from MMA Hindi. This is my friend, my good friend, Nikhil. You might know him, that geek punk.
Bro,
He is such a, what do you say? He's the Ariel Hawani. He likes to coat the nerves. He likes to tickle the pickles. And this guy, we are going to do. All of you guys who are joining in, let me just tell you that first we will discuss the card in about 5 to 10 minutes, and after that, whoever guys who want to join in can please join in, and it will be an electric conversation. I'm very much pumped for it. Nikhil, what are your first views? How about we start?
First of all, before I start, I'd like to give shout out to my brother Eric Novak, who is in here. He is the owner and host of All Elite Wrestling Podcast. Like, that guy is amazing. That guy is like you. He's giving us the intel. He's in the live. He's giving us the intel from the inside, from the backstage. Something which you do. Amit gives us all the intel, be it the Indian MMA scene or the outside MMA scene. So, Eric does that for wrestling, pro wrestling. So, like, he's just awesome. Just like you, brother. He's just awesome. So, before
awesome, brother, awesome. All of you guys who have joined in, thank you. And let's jump in. Let's jump into the main event. Your first views, brother.
Bro, fire. Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena. The rematch. It was absolutely crazy. Bhai, like, at moments वो ऐसा था कि Amanda dominate कर रही थी. Like around 4th round or 3rd round, there were moments. वो इतने slick moments थे कि Pena could have made a comeback. Like, she almost caught her. She almost caught Nunes. And एक बार तो लगा कि अब शायद से हो जाएगा. Nunes got saved by, like, वो एक बार cage के against थी तो बच गई. She got saved by the cage. But what a fight, what a war. Kudos to Amanda Nunes, the first ever double champion, 2 times double champion. And the kudos to Julianna Pena for doing such a great job. Man, she stuck around for 5 rounds, took the beating, still rode like a warrior. Kudos to her.
पहला राउंड होने के बाद लगा नहीं था ये फाइट 5 राउंड जाएगी. Second round even was much. And I think the lioness. 3 knockdowns. And I think the lioness came to play today.
Yes.
She was hunting the prey. Amazing show. And what about the adjustments that the lioness did? Amanda Nunes ने जो fight technique, जो fight preparation की. And let me remind you guys, American top team ATT अपने पिछले कैंप के बाद उन्होंने बोला कि मुझे अनसेफ फील हो रहा है यहाँ पे just because there are many bantamweights who are at the top of the MMA sphere in women's bantamweight. वो आ रही हैं, and all of those have joined the same American top team, and she felt a bit I won't say scared, but
a little intellectual, to be honest. A little smart.
Yeah, इतने time से she was the one who was rocking the ATT band for the women's division, and इतने time के बाद if she isn't protected, then she has gone on and she has set up her own gym. और उनके साथ coaches कौन है? जो Ronda Rousey, जो उस समय से उनके साथ हैं, and but what a fight preparation she had. That lead right hook, man, amazing. And Julianna के पास कोई जवाब नहीं था इसका. Julianna had no answers for it.
Stand-up game में Julianna had no answer. वो first fight में भी I don't think Julianna had any answers for Amanda का stand-up game. The things went to the ground. That's where Julianna had the chance. But the defense, Amanda.
I would beg to differ. I think कहते हैं कि कभी-कभी there's a hard camp. So last fight she had a very hard camp, I believe. इसीलिए she was getting rocked on the feet. Amanda Nunes को हमने कभी फीट पे ऐसे रॉक होते हुए नहीं देखा है, लड़खड़ाते हुए नहीं देखा है, बट ये हुआ पिछली फाइट में.
Early round, she did dominate the early rounds. She underestimated Julianna Pena. She thought she would just go away. She would just go away with it. But Pena had a
Just
plan.
like all the other contenders she hit.
Yes. And even in this fight, you see, what Amanda did was better footwork. She was changing stance constantly. She was moving around. And like even the commentary, even Pena's corner were telling her to go southpaw. Change your stance. Go southpaw. She should change her stance. But she wasn't doing that. She was kind of stiff in that stance. She was not like engaging that much. And that resulted in all those rocks and all those knockdowns. Plus,
But still, what heart she showed. I mean, third round में उन्होंने, I think she tried for an guillotine choke, then armbar,
then
and एक समय तो मुझे लगा कि, go ahead bro.
She got her arms in her legs, a panta lock, a panta hold too. She did, and it was amazing. I thought that once again she would just turn around the table after a beating, and I thought that Pena might just do that, but like Amanda just outpowered her. Sorry, she was literally out.
And, what interesting adjustment that I saw was first round, second round में वो grappling में exchange बिल्कुल नहीं जा रही थी. But after she had rocked Julianna Pena multiple times, उनको थोड़ा सा confidence आया अंदर से कि yes, I can do this. उसके बाद क्योंकि on the feet there was no answer from Julianna Pena.
Amanda took the game to the ground in the fourth round and the fifth round, and that too early. That too early in the round itself, like in the first or second minute itself. Like that was so strange. I was watching it. I was like, is she making a mistake? Like going into the domain of Julianna Pena and letting her do her things. Like Julianna on the ground could have turned it easily, and she almost did that. Like she was about to get her hold, but like it was day for Nunes. It was Nunes' day, and she just rocked the shit, man. Our first ever
amazing. And with that southpaw stance, punches एक दूसरे एंगल से आ रहे थे. Earlier वो ऐसे आने चाहिए थे. Now they are coming from like this.
They were overhand. It was amazing.
Let's talk about the Brandon Moreno.
The co-main.
Amazing. मैंने सोचा नहीं था इतना ज्यादा one-sided domination होगा पहले दूसरे राउंड में. हालांकि third round was quite close, but still amazing fight and footwork. That footwork was amazing. मुझे लगा नहीं था ये फुटवर्क ब्रैंडन मोरेनो दिखा पाएंगे, वो भी अगेंस्ट एक टाइगर मुआय थाई फाइटर. Tiger Muay Thai fighters are known for their footwork. They are known for their striking.
If you noticed one thing, I was constantly noticing that Kai Kara France was going for low kicks, and Brandon Moreno was just easily dodging them. Like he would just take his leg back from out of the ring, and it was so like swift to watch. It was so amazing to watch that like defense. He was just taking his leg back in front. Like he was getting hit, but his defense was top notch. And during his second or third round, he did something like after getting knocked down, like he hit him. Kai Kara knocked him down with a low kick. Moreno gets up, then he dodges some with Anderson Silva style thing. Man, he was just getting back.
Yeah, I also मुझे भी बहुत अजीब लगा जो वो ऐसे से अपने आप को हिला रहे थे, and the hand movements coming up and down. Amazing. मतलब fight game में change करके आ रहे हैं fighters अपना. They are not usually sticking to their game plan, which
बहुत जरूरी था क्योंकि इसके बाद we are having the first ever fourth fight in a rivalry. Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno would go at each other for the fourth time. This would be the first ever time that would be happening. मुझे लगा था कि Davison Figueiredo injured होंगे, जैसे उन्होंने बीच में बोला कि they might not be able to fit. लेकिन Figueiredo said he wants to fight Moreno, that too in Brazil. So like वो बहुत बड़ी बात थी. मुझे लगा था कि जैसे पेंटोजा की आज परफॉर्मेंस थी, मुझे लगा था अगर फिगरेडो फिट नहीं है तो आई वांटेड पेंटोजा वर्सेस मोरेनो फॉर द इंटरिम टाइटल, क्योंकि इट वाज
agreed. I think there are these three guys who have separated themselves from the pack. That's Alexander Pantoja, and मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी काई कारा फ्रांस को देखते. I think Brandon Moreno versus Pantoja should have been the fight, and Davison Figueiredo versus Kai Kara France should have been the co-main event this time.
Yeah.
because I think Kai Kara France already on a winning streak. एक से बढ़कर एक flyweights को knockout करके आ रहे हैं वो.
He
So
has
I
been
think that should have been the case, but
he just defeated Askar Askarov before this Moreno fight. He defeated Cody Garbrandt. So like he was on a run. Like outside of the title picture, like Moreno and Figueiredo were running the title picture, and outside the title picture, Kai Kara France was running the thing.
the one thing I should say about the Brandon Moreno, what a journey he has had.
Assassin
UFC
Baby.
ने उनको निकाला, UFC cut him from the roster. अपने
Yes.
roster से निकालने के बाद, उसके बाद he 2018 में जब वो दोबारा आए, he gave that when he was about to get cut,
Yes.
उन्होंने जो प्रोमो दिया था उस टाइम का, आज तक वो वायरल प्रोमो that one day I will be the champion, and again he has
And that
been the
got
champion.
more viral. That got more viral after he became the champion.
Correct, bro. Amazing, man. What foresight he has. What confidence.
मोरेनो का एक रिकॉर्ड अचीव किया है. मोरेनो ने एक माइलस्टोन अचीव किया है. असैसिन बेबी. He is one of the 4 fighters now जो अनडिस्प्यूटेड बेल्ट जीतने के बाद इंटरिम बेल्ट जीते हैं. इससे पहले ये आपका फ्रैंक मीर ने करा था, होजे आल्डो, लेजेंड ऑफ द गेम, एंड क्यूटेयान. So and now Brandon Moreno. So there are only 4 people in history of UFC who have won the undisputed championship, and after that they have won the interim championship. So it is huge.
Well, on that point, let me jump in with another stat.
Okay.
So, आज तक there have been 13 fighters who have gone, who have lost the championship, gone back straight for a rematch. 13 fighters, and only 2 have won that.
Yes.
Only 2 have won that, and today it became 3. So it is Amanda Nunes, of course, we have seen it. And do you know the other 2, bro?
I'm not sure about the other 2. I just don't remember the other. Stipe Miocic one. Stipe Miocic is one of them, I think.
No.
Stipe is not one of them.
No.
I'm not sure about the other 2.
I thought it was initially I thought it was George St. Pierre, but then when I checked back, he had fights with Matt Hughes and Josh Koscheck before fighting Matt Serra again.
Yeah.
So the answer is Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah, Figueiredo won that against Moreno.
And the other one being Randy Couture, back in the Stone Ages, 2004.
I'm not sure, but Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier fought side by side. It was a constant 3 matches. So the first one, DC won the belt from him. Then Stipe won the belt from him. I think Stipe is in that list too.
No. I think it was UFC 240 or something where Daniel Cormier ने इनको हराया. उसके बाद UFC 239 UFC 239 में लेट नाइट एक लेट नोटिस फाइट पे डैनियल कॉर्मियर फॉट डेरेक लुइस. उसके बाद 1 साल के बाद इन्होंने स्टीवन मियोचिच को फाइट करा.
Yes. I missed the Derrick Lewis fight, but I thought I read somewhere that they had 3 straight fights, DC and Stipe Miocic. But yeah, we have Davison Figueiredo.
On that note, for Derrick Lewis, let's talk about the Derrick Lewis fight. Man, so disappointed. Early stoppage for me. What about your views?
I think the stoppage was right. Not early stoppage,
right?
Because he was hurt, but he wasn't hurt enough to be knocked down. Like the referee did a great job. Like if you see that when Lewis went down, his head was down. Lewis wasn't moving. So the referee did a great job. If Pavlovich could have gone,
I think अगर 1-2 punches पहले वो रोकते तो he was on the way down.
Yes.
तो उस समय पे वो रोकते तो there might be chances कि ठीक है चलो. He was on the way up. After going down, he went up, and then the referee stopped the fight. And Dan Murgliata, one of the best in the business, but I beg to differ.
Yeah, no, I'll say what was that we have seen Derrick Lewis coming from the situation and getting that knocked out. So referee could have waited for another 1 or 2 seconds to see if Lewis is like straightly down or not. Because I thought the way Lewis got up, the way Georgino Rosenstruck got up in the Alexander Volkov fight, they were down. They were definitely down, but they immediately got up. See, if referee wouldn't have intervened, Pavlovich would have just continued the brawl. He would have just continued to attack him, the punches, and his punches were landing on Lewis. Like after the fight, if you see, Pavlovich was bleeding from him. So one of the hits did land. Lewis's hit did land, like while going down. While
It only
Lewis
takes one punch. It only takes one punch, and that even एक punch भी नहीं था. It was just a half hook.
yes,
It was just a half hook.
and Lewis, we all know the KO king of UFC, 13 KOs. That's a record, and it was huge.
In heavyweight division.
It was like, I thought the way Lewis got up, I thought he could have like waited a second or two, but yeah, referee stopped him because Lewis was hurt. Lewis did eat those shots and got down. It was so.
And I think if you talk about Derrick Lewis, he is like a Nate Diaz fighter. जो पहले 2-3 राउंड में मार खाते हैं, थर्ड राउंड में जाके they will submit people, they will knock out people. So if you remember, Alexander Volkov की fight थी इनके साथ, Derrick Lewis के साथ, and I think there was 5 to 6 seconds left, and उस समय knockout करा था इन्होंने पूरे 3 राउंड मार खाने के बाद. And on that note, another point I would like to mention. I don't know what's the curse behind it, but native fighters, local fighters are getting beaten up. चाहे fight न्यूयॉर्क में हो, Chris Weidman never wins. चाहे fight अगर टेक्सास में हो, Derrick Lewis never wins. Fight अगर सैन फ्रांसिस्को कैलिफोर्निया में है, तो Nate Diaz is not winning. What the hell is happening?
Except
Only Abu Dhabi guys are winning in Abu Dhabi.
Except your English too, bro. Paddy the Baddy, Molly McCann, they are winning in England. They are winning in London. They are taking.
They have a separate story. Everyone is winning in Britain. Whoever fights in Britain wins in Britain.
Apart from Thomas Pinner, that accident happened, but that was a different story. That was a self-loss kind of thing. It was a doctor stoppage. But
and bro, let us just talk about another flyweight fight that we witnessed. One of the best fights of the card. Best fights of the card by far.
Pantoja versus Paris. Like, they were straight away going with the bombs, man. Like, the moment they came at each other, they were throwing bombs. Bomb. And Paris actually caught some of the bombs really well. Like, he landed some of the shots on Pantoja early in the match. Even if you see the replay, he was landing. Then it was Paris' shot that like rocked him. Then Paris straight away jumped on his back. It was so quick. All of that happened in a minute and a half. Like, it was so quick. Everything was just going down. Started with bombs, then a quick turnaround by Pantoja. It was amazing. And I'm still with my opinion. If Figueiredo is not there, if Figueiredo is not fit, put Pantoja against Moreno. That's the fight that we need to see. We need that fight. Like, it was so amazing. Plus, Pantoja was so slick, and we saw the slickness in, Moreno. Like, it was amazing. This is the fight to make it. Figueiredo is not like unfit to fight, to defend his championship.
I won't disagree with that, but because obviously Davison Figueiredo is the champ. जब तक champ वापस नहीं आता है, तो you have to have you have to keep the division rolling.
Yes.
And अगर Alexander Pantoja fight करते हैं Brandon Moreno से, मुझे कोई इसमें आपत्ति नहीं होगी, because ये fight होनी चाहिए थी already. In my opinion, it should have been done.
And Kai Kara France should have fought Davison Figueiredo, जैसे आपने बोला.
Correct. And then the fight that you were most excited about, Magomed Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. Lionheart Anthony Smith. My God, goodness. Magomed Ankalaev.
He fractured his leg in the round 1 and fought in round. Like, I am not sure how the hell did he walk to the fight, and he was straight away going for the only takedown. I wasn't sure what he was planning. He shouldn't have done that. If you know you are having a fracture, but Lionheart, man, proving right to his name.
Lionheart, as the name suggests, bro. Lionheart.
Yeah.
Every time he gets knocked out, sometimes his teeth is falling out, sometimes there's an illegal move, the illegal knee on him, but he keeps on rolling. He signifies the name Braveheart. Braveheart का जो नाम है वो, I think we should not even use Braveheart now. We should use Anthony Smith. What an Anthony Smith guy that is.
Exactly. Man, the first round, they were not engaging in it. Magomed, no. shouldn't engage in such a brawl with a guy like Anthony Smith. Like both of them were avoiding a brawl in the round one. But one of the kicks that Magomed checked gave that fracture to Anthony Smith, and from there I should think, personal opinion, Anthony should have not fought from there. But he did, because injury could have gone worse. Like if
कोई उन्हें रोक नहीं सकता फाइट करने से. No. Even अगर उनके कोचेस भी if they had threw in towel, अगर वो फाइट रोकने के लिए आते, तो already I think in some previous fight, I think in Glover Teixeira fight वो बोल चुके थे कि अगर मेरा कोई कॉर्नरमैन, मेरा कोई कोच मेरी फाइट रोकता है, मैं उसका कोई फाइट नहीं करूंगा. I don't need quitters in my team. That's what he has said previously. तो मुझे कोई हैरानी नहीं हुई जब वो आगे फाइट कर रहे थे. Although मुझे लगा नहीं ऐसा कि उनको मतलब नी में कुछ हुआ है. बाद में जाके जब जो रोगन और डैनियल कॉर्मियर someone mentioned the fact, उसके बाद मुझे पता चला अच्छा there is something okay.
That's the same issue I had. Even Magomed didn't know that he had fractured his knee. He could have gone for the leg kicks, and that could have worsened his situation. He could have gone for the leg kicks, and maybe that's why Anthony Smith went for an early takedown second round. He straight away went to try to take him down, but Magomed is a different breed. Now these Russians are different breed, to be honest. All of these Russian guys, be it anyone, they are totally different breed.
The best advantage these guys from Dagestan, Chechnya, the Russian fighters to be precise, they have this superior wrestling. इनका wrestling इतना बढ़िया है कि even if अगर आप इन्हें knock down कर रहे हो, they will come back with a wrestling takedown. If you remember what Hamza did to Gilbert Burns once he got rocked. So these are the things that these wrestlers have. And चाहे वो खबीब हो चाहे जो भी हो, they have their own way of getting hurt. Same way with Charles Oliveira, same way with Julianna Pena. No one wants to engage with them unless because Julianna itself, she's a black belt.
And
I think she has some
guys like Hamzat and Magomed and Kalaev. They have good ground game. They have really good ground game, but they are really great on the stand-up part too. They got bombs in their hand. Like if you see what Magomed did to Kutelaba in both his fights, and he got like little bombs in his hand.
Our friend Eric Novak just jumped in with a comment that it's in the Russian culture. You fight or you're a failure. Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed. That's what Khabib has been saying for years. Khabib has been saying for years.
What is that? These guys are like warriors. They are legit warriors. They are in there to win it. Like if they're not winning it, they are literally dropping bombs. See, Rafael Fiziev went to the Dos Anjos fight. For the first time, somebody knocked down
the broken nose. The broken nose.
Yes. And these guys are like, although his heritage is Azerbaijan, he even became the first fighter to represent Azerbaijan on that same fight, the Dos Anjos fight.
Actually, he is from Azerbaijan, but he's a native Russian. Russian.
He lives in Russia because of his family and the dispute and stuff. Because of the land dispute used to have at that point of time. They
Transnistria, that's the separatist country.
Yes.
That these guys, want. But we should not go into politics and history. Yeah. We should stick to MMA and good, bro. Anything else from the fight card, from the prelims that you want to highlight?
I want to highlight one thing, that this card had one more fight in it that got cancelled. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Imagine.
Don't even talk about Bohachiniya.
Yeah, imagine if that fight was in this too. This card would have been rocked to the next level. For now, I think UFC 276 was the biggest card of the year on basis of star power. They had Uriah Hall, Dricus du Plessis in the early prelims. They had guy like Robbie Lawler fighting the preliminary card. They had guys like
Dricus du Plessis, bro. I just wanted to make a point about Dricus du Plessis. He's a former KSW champion, and that guy, कोई अच्छी fight उनको मिलनी चाहिए. He should get some good fight because he has shown what level of fighter he is.
I think they are planning Alex Pereira for him. From what I have heard, they are planning Alex Pereira for him.
Alex Pereira, Bohata, Alex
Yeah.
Pereira.
Oh, sorry, Alex, not Alex Pereira. What's his name, man?
Strickland.
Michael Pereira, I think. The guy with the ponytail and who does all that. Michael Pereira, I think, is Michael Pereira. The guy that
Michael
got.
Pereira, but Michael Pereira fights in welterweight division.
Yeah, but they're planning a fight, like at the middleweight or something, because of the both of these guys are flamboyant. They have that fan reach already, so I think they are planning that. I heard it somewhere that they're planning that fight.
Amazing fight card, bro. And the one fight I wanted to highlight, I was super pumped up. 4 बजे उठ के मैं ये fight देख रहा था, but disappointment again. Blood Diamond, he lost again.
Bro,
City Kickboxing, that guy from City Kickboxing has been has had rave reviews in the kickboxing world, in Glory, in all the promotions that he had fought. Amazing fighter. But I don't know what is happening with him. He's not able to transition proper into MMA or what. I had very high hopes from him. I thought another Israel Adesanya we have on the roster now.
These kickboxing guys are really great. But the thing is, anyone apart from Israel Adesanya is not making a such huge impact for UFC, I think, at present. If you take out Colton, like Alex Pereira, Alex is in it because of the easy rivalry. Alex is in it for the easy, and he's getting all the credit. I see all the hype because of the easy rivalry he had with Israel. And like you said, Blood Diamond, all great, got the skills, got the name. But man, then again, people usually like this, we want them to win. We are connected with them, we like them, but they usually just end up being a journeyman. But people thought the same about Charles Oliveira. He was losing, he said he would just be a journeyman, but later went on to win and have one of the longest active win streak currently. And same with Glover Teixeira. People thought he would be a journeyman, won the title. A question popped up in my screen right now. Can we add MMA in Commonwealth Games? It just popped up right now.
I was just replying to that comment.
Okay, it popped up right now. The guy who asked it has left right in the chat. He's my colleague.
I'm really sorry. I fumbled his name. His name is Pradeep K. Kuldeep.
Yeah, it's totally cool. I'll talk to him about it. No worries. But yeah,
no problem. So Pradeep, whatever little knowledge that we have, why MMA is not in Commonwealth Games, in Olympics, the only reason is the brutality that the fight possesses. Because boxing, another combat sport we have, boxing aa raha hai Olympic mein, Commonwealth Games, because they have a very separate rule that once the fighter gets knocked down, you are not supposed to follow him.
and
You're not supposed to follow him. You're not supposed to ground and pound him. You're not supposed to kick him. Head. You can't use. That's the reason I love Muay Thai. Because in Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs. You can use your hands, your elbows, your knees, your feet, everything.
Like kickboxing or Muay Thai can be added to, Commonwealth Games or Olympic. But the thing is with MMA, even UFC and Bellator face these rules issues. At times judges make decisions that people don't agree with. See, if you take Bellator, the Patricia Pitbull and AJ Mackey fight, people thought Mackey won it clearly, but the judges went to Patricia Pitbull. Recently, so many fights have been there that people don't agree with the judges' decision. They think the judges are making a mistake because of the scoring pattern. We go 10-9, 10-8, 10-7. There is no particular scoring format apart from this. And something like that happening at a global level, when you're representing your country in there, that would cause riot, man. That would cause riot that you cost my country a match, the judges cost my country a match. And here you can blame the UFC, the Bellator, the guys running it. But who would you blame there? We still...
I would beg to differ on that, because the point is, UFC में MMA they are following global set of MMA rules.
Yes,
Okay, and those rules are inspired from boxing.
exactly.
Those rules are inspired from boxing. Then you can see why we can't go there. Apart from the brutality that is on display.
And then
And sometimes, although we see it in boxing very less, but in MMA, the culture after the fight, sometimes things can get tricky.
and
Sometimes,
I would just say, like, even Joe Rogan said that, I'm quoting Joe Rogan here. He said, like, the scoring system we have for MMA is not suitable for it. Like, sometimes you're ignoring the pressure the fighter is putting on, sometimes the ground control you're ignoring it, and sometimes you put it under consideration. So the system that we have adapted from boxing is not suitable for MMA scoring. I believe so, and I agree with. I got banned by MFN's PR. Sorry, I got banned by MFN's PR. So I have a tricky history with MFN, but yeah, MFN is doing a wonderful job. Is
you
doing
got Ariel Hawani there. आपका Ariel Hawani UFC 199 moment हो गया उधर.
exactly. I'm just like, I did what I thought I should do, and I did it. Like, I hold no grudges, man, and I hold no like regrets. I had to do it. I did it, and I love it, man. I think it takes guts to do something like that, and I did it. And I think it's normal in the MMA scene, man. People do it all the time. You should see MMA presses, but yeah, we are trying a different ideology in MFN. We don't want religions. We don't want much. We want like peace. We want to make it a peaceful community, the MMA community. But the rage and stuff comes.
I am a little bit old school with that. I love the Bushido spirit from the Japan. I
Same.
love Bushido. That's the reason when I saw your question, I was like, "Who is this guy? What happened to him?" I was like, but again, we have seen people like the guy with the pink suit heckling Conor McGregor. I didn't like that question, but freedom of speech, as they say in America,
You didn't
that's what
like
they
the
follow.
question. You didn't like my question either, I think. You didn't like my question either at that time.
No. I didn't like that question, and I was talking to Jared Pereira, if you remember, the announcer for MFN and one of the veteran voices of Indian MMA. He
Yes.
was also. I was talking to him, and we both were laughing when you were asking that question. And I thought, after the press conference, I told him, "Did you had an issue with that?" And he told me, "Yeah, we should be a little bit respectful to the foreigner who has come in and who is going to shed blood in that octagon for us."
I literally said that. No disrespect to Georgia and his beloved country. I love.
Eric, much appreciated, and a very good night to you. Have a good sleep. Enjoy, bro.
Good night, brother. Good night. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for staying in. Means a lot. So like I said, I literally said that. No disrespect to Georgia and his country. I love, but I want Indian fans to take over MMA scene. Like, we know Brazilian fans, we know English fans, we know the
We know Irish fans. We know Irish fans.
Yeah.
That's the first one that comes to mind.
Yes, they would go crazy for the fan support, and I was like, and let's do this. Man, if you've been in England, when they're supporting their guys, when they're supporting Paddy, when they're supporting Aspinall, when they're supporting Arnold Allen, when they're supporting McCann and everybody else, they would just riot, man. Curtis Blades was facing so much rage unless he shared that beer with Tom Aspinall.
Your colleague Pradeep has just chimed in with your, and he's showering praise on you, saying it's an honor for me to hear from you guys. I have gained lots of knowledge about combat sports. Man, whatever little things that we can do, we are doing it little by little. And if you want to learn more, my suggestion would be to watch more and more of the MMA content. UFC is live every week. The one thing that I do not like is UFC is live every week, because every week वो एक they will be क्या बोलते हैं कि just card लगाना है, just total पूरा करना है, card लगा दिया, that's it. I would appreciate if the number of cards should be reduced from 52 down to some 30, 40, and some Saturday night should be not Saturday night. Sunday morning should be fun. Seeing premier athletes out there, because Tuesday को Dana White Contender Series है, Friday को One Championship है, Sunday को we have PFL, we have Bellator, we have ACB, we have Habib Nurmagomedov अपना promotion लेके आ रहे हैं. कितना content देखें भाई, कितना content.
As an MMA fan हमें सब देखना पड़ता है. Plus as a sports journalist मुझे सब पे लिखना पड़ता है. तो
नहीं, I agree, देखना पड़ता है, लेकिन it's very hard to manage all these things. It's very hard to manage all these things.
मैं रात को 12 बजे सोया. I woke up at 5 today. मैं सोया नहीं ढंग से क्योंकि फाइट देखनी थी और फिर काम करना था.
I was watching the fight of the guy Blood Diamond.
Yes.
And I was really ये fight मजा नहीं आया इस fight में. अब सो जाते हैं. उसके बाद भी I think for another half an hour on an illegal stream, obviously I was watching the undercard, and after that I slept off, and I woke up at 7:30 sharp. And
one more fighter from the undercard I would mention, the undefeated welterweight Michael Moraes. That guy is like one of the undefeated welterweight with Sean Grady, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Hamza Chimaev, and who else is there undefeated right now? Like there's one more guy who's undefeated there. Ian Gary. Ian Gary is undefeated too. So like all these undefeated welterweights, they are like setting up a future. Like Sean Brady's up against Bilal Muhammad at 280. So these guys are about to take over.
I think we lost Nikhil for a moment there, and yeah, he's back.
Oh, I thought I lost you for a moment there. Like you went blank.
It was the opposite, I believe. No problem. And
I was saying that all these undefeated welterweights are about to take over division. Like soon or not, these guys like Wonder Boy would go down. Like Wonder Boy has been there for a really long time, and eventually Usman plans to move on to go up. Gilbert Burns would be there as a veteran who's there as a gatekeeper. You have Covington there, but eventually these guys will take over. And like you have similar kind of guys.
Just to wrap all the things up, what happened at UFC 277? The Lioness is back. Amanda Nunes ने Julianna Pena को एक one-sided domination में हराया. You can see Nikhil is very happy. I am a little bit sad for Julianna Pena. Another thing.
I'll predict this. We made predictions last night. I was rooting for
another thing. I was rooting for Kaikara France. Nikhil was rooting for Brandon Moreno. And 2-0 on me. 2-0 on me.
Yes.
I'll get you, brother, someday.
We were same on Magomed. Like we both wanted Magomed. We both knew that Magomed would win. And I was for Pantoja. Like I knew Pantoja. Like I wanted Pantoja to win this. And I wanted Lewis to win. And I think you said Pavlovich would win.
Everyone wants Derrick Lewis to win. Derrick Lewis का जीतना तो बनता है, and that too he was in Texas, his hometown. He has never won in his hometown.
Every time Lewis is in his hometown, he would lose. Lost to Gane, Cyril Gane. That fight for the interim title was with Cyril Gane. Lost that fight. That too with a TKO. That fight lost with a TKO. This fight lost with a TKO. His home state is not good for him.
And guys, one more thing. I think the future looks very bright for Amanda Nunes again. Featherweight division में कोई है नहीं fight करने के लिए. Bantamweight division में एक Julianna Pena ने एक बार सेट किया है. I think किसी को उसके ऊपर आना पड़ेगा. And I think at this moment I do not see anyone in apart from Jermaine Durandamy जो उन्हें जाके challenge कर सके. उसके अलावा मैं कोई I don't see anyone challenging Amanda Nunes. Brandon Moreno अगली फाइट उनकी damn sure Davison Figueiredo के साथ होने वाली है. Deuce de Guerra डेविसन फिगेरेडो के साथ होने वाली है. Then Alexander Pantoja, probably he will wait for on the sidelines for December में कौन जीतता है, और maybe if he wants to fight वो fight करेंगे. Then Derrick Lewis, Sergey Pavlovich again, next opponent I think top 5 top 6. I do not think so because the top 6 जो है UFC heavyweight division में it's really electric.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik is next for Pavlovich. Rozenstruik he's coming from a loss, but he was a top guy, so he lost to Alexander Volkov. So I think Rozenstruik versus Pavlovich is the fight to make, or you can even make Derrick Lewis fight, Rozenstruik, and you can make Alexander Volkov versus Sergey Pavlovich. Like that?
मेरे हिसाब से because already the division is stagnant, so मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि UFC फ्रांस में जो फाइटर हारेगा, that guy should fight either Sergey Pavlovich or Alexander Volkov, because already division is stuck in the mud. कुछ नहीं हो रहा है heavyweight division में, and these guys are not moving itself.
I thought back to refer, like heavyweight division is kind of having a tournament. I agree with Curtis Blades in this. Like, you have Tai Tuivasa, Bam Bam going against Cyril Gane. Then you have John Jones going against Stipe Miocic for the interim title. I like it. As said by Dana White, they are planning that. And then you have Curtis Blades with Tom Aspinall. Curtis Blades definitely moved up from that fight after that win. But the thing is, I said Curtis Blades would fight the winner of Tai Tuivasa and Cyril Gane. And then you have your left options are like Jairzinho Rozenstruik, you have Alexander Volkov, you have
Miocic. You missed out.
I said Miocic would go against John Jones as planned by UFC.
Okay. I think I didn't hear that.
They have planned the interim title because Nagano is not fit. Nagano would take time for his recovery, and you don't even know that if Nagano would be in UFC or not, because things are not going well yet again. Francis Ngannou said that if they don't allow the Gypsy King fight in the UFC contract, the new contract that he's about to sign, he won't sign with UFC again.
I don't think he should sign unless there's some extra zeros in his contract. Because आप जानते हैं कि boxing में the heavyweight champion जो भी होगा, he will and not on the A side. What's the name of the fighter who fought the champ previously? If you remember, I do not remember the name, but Alexander Usyk, who is the heavyweight champion and the lineal heavyweight champion. Yes, fighters, how much they are making? They are making 40 million, 30 million.
Gypsy King's opponent was White, White. Gypsy King fought White.
Correct. So
yes.
And on the B side, David White was making $8 million इनको मिले हैं fight करने के लिए main event में.
That's a show of
and the champion is already making 40 million.
Yeah, he made 50 million. He made, with all the sponsors and stuff, everything from the PPV wise, he made around 15 million, so more than 50 million from what I know. Gypsy King in his last.
But फिर भी on the other guy, his name was Dylan White.
Yeah,
he was making 8 million guaranteed for the fight, and Francis Ngannou is making 500,000. $5 lakh मिल रहे हैं, और कहाँ पे आपको 80 लाख मिल रहे हैं. So there's a 16 times difference. इसीलिए I think he shouldn't sign unless he gets a good amount of and UFC, they are notorious. UFC is equal to WWE in any other universe.
Like, he should have extra zeros in there, and that Gypsy King fight should be there, man. Like, I want to see that hybrid fight they're talking about, like boxing fight with UFC gloves, MMA gloves. I want to see that hybrid fight there. And hybrid rule fights. And this fight has the potential to be huge. Like, it would sell numbers according to me. Like, Gypsy King has a huge name, and having Francis Ngannou is making a name for himself, man. He's a big name. Like, the hardest hitter there is on the planet.
I believe if अगर 1 million pay-per-views वो लोग बेच सकते हैं, if these guys can sell 1 million pay-per-view, then it would be huge number 1 million. But I don't think they would go above 1 million because Gypsy King ki general fights, the max that he has touched is 1 million, the max.
Yeah.
And wo bhi tab he has an opponent like
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, go ahead.
He had an opponent like Deontay Wilder. But I think they can cross 1 million because of Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is doing such great job. He's making a name for himself, Francis Ngannou.
Maybe once boxing meets MMA, this hybrid culture, we can have some certain.
It would be a boxing rules match. The gloves just would be the MMA ones. It would be a boxing rules match. The thing is, beat any boxer, beat Floyd Mayweather, beat Jake Paul, beat Gypsy King, they would never come inside the cage to fight in an MMA rule fight. That would never happen, man. That would never happen. And plus the thing is, you are allowed to kick somebody. You are allowed to take them down. They are never prepared for them. But an MMA guy is known. They know how to throw a punch. They may not know the techniques. They may not know the techniques of boxing credentials, but they can throw a punch. That's why I think that's why Jake Paul brings in Tyron Woodley. That's why he brings in Ben Askren. And on the thing that Jake Paul versus Hashim Rahman Jr. got cancelled.
Cancelled?
Early in the morning it got cancelled, man.
Yes. I don't know what's the curse with Jake Paul now, but and if you know, I think Gypsy King and his whole family has been banned by US. उनको visa नहीं मिलने वाला है for time being, for their connections with the Ireland cartels over there.
Yeah. And Jake Paul has said he has sorted his visa issues and stuff, but I don't know कि Jake Paul कितना like सच बोल रहा है. To be honest, I don't like that dude. I don't like Jake Paul, but what he is doing for the business is absolutely right, man. He's making
तुम्हें तो like करना चाहिए Jake Paul को. He's a disruptor. He's a disruptor in the industry.
So मैं भी disruptor industry में.
Good that dude.
But the thing is, I don't like him. But the thing is nuisance. He is trying to be. He's like a wannabe guy. But the thing is,
he's wannabe Conor McGregor, obviously.
Yeah, he's a wannabe like Conor McGregor. He's doing things like Floyd did, but he's making the money. He entered the Forbes list, and that was a great job. He's making money himself, and he's giving other people the chance to make money. Tyron Woodley made the biggest purse of his life. Ben Askren earned $5 million. $5 million, Ben Askren. Where I read somewhere
अपने career में कभी नहीं कमाया.
Exactly. He never made $1 million. He never even reached near $1 million. Ben Askren. And $5 million.
His whole one championship deal was, I think, around 1 million something. 1 million something. His whole.
I think that was might be about, but I don't think he ever made that kind of money in UFC. He never made that kind of money.
Never.
Who is making 1 million in UFC? Hardly anybody is making 1 million in UFC. If you take Izzy out,
if I can, मैं इनको हाथ में गिन सकता हूँ. Nate Diaz, Kamaru Usman, Conor McGregor, then Khabib Nurmagomedov, already retired. Israel Adesanya with his new contract, I think he is earning, and Alexander Volkanovski just joined in. So these are the 5 active guys.
Alexander Volkanovski made $1 million in the which fight? In the Korean Zombie fight. And he made, I think, something near $1 million in the Max Holloway fight too.
No. I think 1.2 or 4 million I saw.
Overall,
report
I think it was a reported amount. So because I don't think they have revealed the purse anybody, but it was near $1 million. Could be over $1 million too, but yeah, it was near $1 million. He's a new joining, and I don't think there's any heavyweight who is making this much money. See, I don't think even guys like John Jones are making such a huge money at every pay-per-view.
John Jones is making around 800,000 plus pay-per-view points.
Yes, see, that's what Jake Paul is doing right. What I suggest Jake Paul should do is he should take that Anderson Silva fight. See, Silva is good. He is good at boxing, but then again, Silva is old. Jake Paul is not like that phenomenal, but Jake Paul is good. I think the speed and the athleticism that he might surpass Silva there, and a fight with Anderson Silva would just sell bucks, man. That fight would sell numbers. Silva is such a big name, be it the any industry. Like
One of my favorite fighters early on because 2013 2012 में जब मैंने शुरू किया था MMA देखना, he was the guy and I was a WWE guy previously, तो मैं सोचता था Anderson Silva heavyweight champion.
like everyone who didn't love Silva. What I loved, who I loved more than Silva was Chael Sonnen. I loved Chael Sonnen, like the American OG gangster. Won't discuss about the fight where he almost dominated Silva, and there was a controversial tap that I don't think was a tap though, because being a Chael Sonnen fan, I don't think it was a tap. There are people there.
You're also going in with that. There was no tap.
Fan, man. I'm a Chael Sonnen guy, and being
I am a Chael Sonnen guy. Oh my God, we have so many similarities, bro.
And being a gangster fan, I don't think that was a tap. My guy would never tap. That wasn't a tap. He was dominating. And so let's not talk about it.
Amazing fight card that we had. Again, Nunes,
fight
the
card?
champ, Brandon.
I'll say the amazing fight cards are on their way. Thiago Santos versus Jeremiah Hill. Then you have UFC 278. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards.
I am looking forward to 278, not the Jamal Hill fight, because main event को आप छोड़ दो तो उसके पीछे जितनी फाइट्स हैं आपको पता भी नहीं है वो कौन है. Until unless you are a hardcore MMA guy, आपको पता भी नहीं होगा वो कौन है. इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि these so-called fight cards, ये fight nights नहीं होनी चाहिए.
I love the fight.
That's the best thing that MFN does. इंडिया में जो भी बेस्ट है इनको लेके आओ, इनकी फाइट करवाओ. Every 3 months they are doing a show.
But I think what Fight Nights does is, if in the main event you have a big name, then undercard you guys can bring fighters that are on the rise, and you can get them a name. Like even Conor McGregor fought in the Fight Night once. He has fought in the Fight Night and made a name for him.
Twice. One fight night he was with what's that Moreno guy something. Brandon, no, not.
But he was in the fight.
Brandon guy he fought.
I don't.
The other was his debut.
Yeah. So the thing is, the fight nights can make a big difference. It should be there. So because every small guy cannot fit in the preliminary round, and you have such a huge name, and you can't give everyone chances in just the pay-per-views. There are guys like
obviously everyone is waiting for 278, but just let's quickly wrap it up all. And any other things that you want to talk about the whole card? What are the implications from this card?
The complication was card. My favorite moment was from the main event was in the second round when Amanda Nunes dropped Pena thrice. I thought it was over for Pena in that round only, but she was a warrior. She survived it, man. She survived the beating. The fight went to the distance, and leave that in the last round. She had her back. She almost had that choke, and I thought it was a perfect revenge story. Perfect revenge story for anyone. Man, she tapped out.
I thought like Yuri Prohaska moment आने वाला है यहाँ पे, but वो आया नहीं.
Man, a perfect. Man,
my favorite moment from the card was Brandon Moreno after getting hit, after getting a deep cut here.
Exactly.
उसके बाद आके सामने वाले ओपोनेंट को नॉकआउट करना. काइगारा फ्रांस, who is not known to get knocked out, who is known to knocking out people.
That body kick reminded me of that body shot from Ryan Garcia. If you remember, there's a body shot. It's viral all over in the Ryan Garcia, the boxer, King Ryan. He once body shotted a guy, and
yes.
This reminded that body shot to the kick. Kai was standing up, and then suddenly Kai went down. It was all sudden, like it was amazing.
Amazing scenes, amazing fight card, amazing. Not the whole fight card, but the pay-per-view was electric. Every fight we जैसा हमने सोचा था वैसा ही हुआ. अपार्ट फ्रॉम द अलेक्जेंडर पेंटोजा, मुझे लगा नहीं था इतना इलेक्ट्रिक फाइट होगा पेंटोजा का.
The thing was, Pantoja fight ended really soon. Pantoja fight ended really soon. Sorry for that. I thought जिस हिसाब से बम्स बरसा रहे थे ना पहले राउंड जाते ही, they were exchanging blows. मुझे लगा ये फाइट लंबी जाएगी. And they would just bang on each other. There would be blood everywhere. The way they were banging each other. Plus, one more thing to notice. If you take out the main event, all rest of the fights in the main card went to the finish. Rest of the fight went to the finish. All of them came by a finish, beat the Lewis fight, beat the co-main event and everything. And the main event was near a finish so many times कि उसमें finish आ सकती है, but eventually it went to the distance. Kudos to Julianna Pena.
Kudos to Julianna Pena, kudos to Brandon Moreno, Alexander Pantoja, Sergey Pavlovich, and Magomed Ankalaev.
My man.
My man. I am, guys, again, I would remind you, he's 2-0 on me. Let's see, future mein, I need to settle that score.
Future
I
में
need to settle that score.
I am just giving everyone an insight जो कभी देखेगा ये. We would do this before the pay-per-view. We would discuss our picks and stuff before the pay-per-view. अब ये
Definitely, brother.
Post pay-per-view, we would do pre-pay-per-view things too.
Correct.
And I learned
thank you.
I learned so much from Amit. Amit is a genius, man. I learned about the Davison Figueiredo thing and Randy Couture thing. That was a straight way. I used to thought that Stipe Miocic had that thing, but yeah, you taught me about the Derrick Lewis fight. You reminded me of the Derrick Lewis fight.
Actually, thanks to MMA Junkie. MMA Junkie में ये question किसी ने डाला, मैंने search करा. I thought Davison Figueiredo and GSP was the answer. But someone on the chat reminded that it's Randy Couture. तब जाके मैंने देखा, and just to remind you, he might not be, Randy Couture जब अपनी फाइट हारे थे, उनकी यहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़ा डीप लैसरेशन हो गया था. डीप कट था जिसकी वजह से वो पूरा नीचे निकल के आ गया था. ये वाला एरिया पूरा नीचे निकल के आ गया था, इस वजह से फाइट रोकनी पड़ी थी. It was a doctor stoppage, but still facts are facts, and it was really nice learning from you. It was really nice to all the guys who commented, who waved at us, who joined the conversation with us. Much appreciated, guys. Post pay-per-view, pre-pay-per-view, हम ये दोबारा आप लोगों से करेंगे connect. जो भी आप जुड़ना चाहे, much appreciated. And we would like interaction from you guys also.
मुझे एक भी comments दिखा नहीं, लेकिन thank you for all of them.
You need to switch something up with your Instagram, because I can see very good comments about you.
I think,
and from hats off to Eric, who was a constant inspiration, who was a constant, he was pushing us, guys, and we would like to get in touch with Eric and all the guys who commented. Thank you to all the guys, and thank you.
I'll make sure Eric is there. Eric is a wonderful dude, man. He's my inspiration, to be honest. He helped me a ton. He helped me a lot during my journey. Like when I started this thing, I had no idea how to start this. I even recorded a podcast episode with Derrick Novak. You can check it out if you want to.
I have seen it.
This guy is...
It's on your Instagram.
Yes.
Guys, जो भी जुड़े हैं, that geek punk, आप इन्हें जाके इनकी conversation देख सकते हैं. And I'm not remembering the name. But the Jorge Masvidal guy who was famous for the call out, for the announcement,
Matt Perino.
Yes. उनके साथ इनका एक बहुत बढ़िया conversation है. You can also check that out. You can check my YouTube channel. It's MMA Hindi. And much appreciated for all the guys who joined. Let's keep this community great again.
I think we should, Amit bhai, हमें लगता है करते रहना चाहिए. I think I loved it, man, talking to you. And talking about MMA is good. We learn so many things, man. I've been watching it for a really long time, and I learned something new. I think I should have I hope you might have learned something from me too.
Sure.
Yeah. It was amazing talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, everyone. See ya. So long, everybody.